Alright, hey everyone, here we are back for a Golf Clash tutorial here. I'm kind of torn on what to do for this. Probably going to bring Titan just for a little bit of extra length. I'd like to do a rough bump if possible. And, depending upon the wind, which I'm not really sure what it's going to be, might dictate whether or not I'm able to do that. What I'll usually do from the second tee box is about plus 30% for most cases. If we get a headwind for some reason, I'll probably have to up it to 40. But other than that, it should be, yep, looks like a tailwind. We should be good to go. Now, I mentioned this in the expert adjustment. The expert is actually very similar wind to this. So with the amount of tailwind that you have, you're going to have, well, not tailwind, well, yeah, it does have to do with the tailwind, but also downhill. So the combination of those two things, it's going to cause the ball to overshoot. So for instance, if I do pull my adjustment back in the direction of the arrow, it still usually lands longer than that because it's going down a hill. So you kind of have to do just a little bit more of an adjustment. So let's, first off, we're going to use the max number, 8.5 rings, somewhere around here. And we're just going to kind of shoot for just a little bit of backspin, somewhere right in here. Somewhere right in here. So what you're going to see me do is instead of pulling straight, which would be kind of right about there, what you're going to see me do is kind of overcorrect in this direction, pull back a little bit more towards the tee. And what that'll usually end up doing is it'll keep it from overshooting. So this should be right around 8. Oh! Did not expect that on Pro. Oh, did I get it? Wow. So that means my ring adjustment, the way that I'm probably set up, is just, it's probably just a little bit too left with the guide. Because if I was able to keep a great ball to the right on path, that means that I was definitely, I didn't over adjust in terms of rings, but my offset, the ball's kind of pitching forward and a little bit towards the left. So you got to keep that offset just a little bit. So you'll try to, maybe bring that ball guide in just a little bit more towards the hole, because I would have never thought that I was actually worried about it hitting the fairway, to be honest with you. I was a little afraid when I saw that great ball, because I knew I was playing it pretty aggressive and definitely didn't expect, especially in Pro, that I wasn't going to be able to get, perfect at least, 80-90% of the time. So did not want to see that, but looks like it paid off, and there was more or less the adjustment. As I'm mentioning, do be sure to be careful with, you have to do kind of one of two things. You can either over adjust like I did, rotate the screen just a little bit farther, or you can straighten it up. You can pull back the 8.6 and then pull straight back towards the tee, say like a ring or two. And that'll pretty much do the exact same thing. You'll wind up in kind of the exact same aim zone that I did. So that's more or less what you're looking for. Good luck with that hole, and I'll catch you guys for hole 3 coming up.